What's going on, everybody? We are back with another Dokkan battle video for you guys. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the banners, the Dual Dokkan Festival of the Golden Week celebration. All the information is out. It's been out since Wednesday morning, of course. Haven't had the time working during the week. It's finally the weekend, so I can talk about some things. Just to skim over the whole Golden Week celebration info. It's mostly the same, obviously, on both versions of Global and JP. We have the Dual Dokkan Fest. The characters on both versions different, obviously. No surprise with the timing of this for both versions. We have the new events, 2 new Dokkan events for both characters, so that's interesting, cool. Both the units are impressive. We're going to talk about them, of course. We have sales, of course, blue Dragon Stones to get, Kai summons, of course, Explosive Chain Battle. We have a new Infinite Dragon Ball History event stage, Cell Saga. Cell Game Saga characters, you're going to fight them. We have 2 new stages of Super Battle Road, Extreme and Regular. For Extreme Super Battle Road, they finally added the Reps of Universe 7 stage to Global, and they finally added the Kamehameha stage to Regular Super Battle Road, and those should be interesting. 2 of the more difficult stages, especially Reps of Universe 7 for Extreme Super Battle Road. Interesting. Kamehameha, with this new character out, the Goku and Gohan unit, they'll be fine. And eventually, in a couple months from now, the 70th anniversary 200% lead is gonna dominate that category for you guys on Global, so be ready for that. Titles added on both versions for the collection of epic battles. We haven't had an update on that in a while. Reopening stages, Dokkan events, Extreme Z battles, SCR Ultimate Gohan's EZA is coming at the end of this weekend. Once Monday rolls around, his EZA will be available and we'll be ready to go. So there's that as well. He's weak to Majin Buu Saga, just like the Int Extreme Z battle stage. Ultimate Clash will be starting up again to start May. And then missions, of course. The Battle of Gods story event is going to be added to the Dragon Ball story section of the game. So there's that. We're going to be having that as well. Gives a support memory. That's nice. On JP, they're going to be adding the BoJack movie story event to the Dragon Ball story section. So that'll be nice. It should be another support memory as well added there. We have the SCR Super Strike Trunks getting his TUR Awakening and Extreme Z Awakening as well at the same time, of course. This is happening on both versions. JP has the, more Super Strike EZAs already. So this is only the second one for Global, and it should be interesting. Trunks. And then lastly, puts on Battle to get some nice stickers for Turi collection. Now let's talk about the banners. First, top grossing finally happened. Well, actually not top grossing, just yeah. I mean, we even call it top grossing. Just free stones because celebrating the worldwide campaign on both versions. So both versions just got 30 Dragon Stones, 1 Kai of each type, 1 Grand Kai, aged meat, Hercule statues, and story keys. So you guys can get them throughout the entire celebration until May 31st. So that is cool, of course. Now let's talk the banners. Let us talk about the Dual Dokkan Festival. Goku and Cell. We've been waiting for this. I've been expecting this. The penultimate fight of the Cell Saga before Gohan stepped in and turned into Super Saiyan 2. Now, of course, as usual, when we have simultaneous banners, meaning both versions have the same banners at the same time, things will be different, aside from like Saiyan Day, of course, or anniversaries. Well, of course, they are not simultaneous. Now, on Global, we have a couple differences, of course. Super Vegeta is on the banner here, and I think that's the only difference, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Super Vegeta and then Majin Buu, meaning Gotenks, will be on their side. But let's take a look. Global, you guys can see the cast of characters here. Japan, JP, you have SCR Kid Buu, and that's literally the only difference. So SCR Kid Buu is on Goku's banner. On JP Global, you have SCR Super Vegeta. So that's cool. And then I don't know if you want to say that's upgrade or downgrade. It's really up to you. SCR Kid Buu is really good. SCR Super Vegeta is good. We know that, of course. Cell side, we have on Global, we have Tech, Kale, and Caulifla here on Global side of the Cell banner. And then on JP for Cell's banner, it is Physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku, arguably the best TUR character in the game. So this is definitely a downgrade on the Cell banner. And after that, both banners are exactly the same on both versions, aside from the characters you see here on the left. that are different on both versions. So definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. It you know, adds to the question of should you buy certain characters with coins. STR Super Vegeta, possibly. Maybe you're expecting to get shafted during the 70th anniversary, so maybe not, and hold off on that until the anniversary units return for, you know, Christmas, when that happens. Afterwards, also on that note, yeah, Cell's banner, it's definitely weaker on global compared to JP, because this spot right here, which could have been Super Saiyan 2 Goku, unfortunately no. Tech, Kill, and College is still a very interesting unit though in their own right. And with that, that's pretty much the banners. So of course they have the discount summons, 100 stones for the first 3 steps in total. Then you have the 4th for free, and then after that it's just the regular 3+1, 50 stones, 50 stones, 50 stones. You get a free multi afterwards. So we have the discount summons. We don't have tickets, unfortunately. Tickets will return with the 70th anniversary on global, so there's that. And let's get started talking about the 2 characters. So I had a video initially first when the celebration, when the Golden Week info first came out. It was almost 40 minutes long because I came home from work pretty late, and yeah, I was not up to speed with wanting to talk about it very quickly. It took me a while to digest everything, but now that I've had time to take a look at both units, both characters, I can tell you guys what to expect with them. So let's get started. So the Goku and Gohan exchange character, they lead Super Saiyans and Goku's family 170 across the board, K +3, and they give a 30% boost to stats for characters in the Android Stats Cell Saga category. So 200%. We have our second and third 200% leaders on global. Majin Vegeta was the first, and now we got these 2, of course. So, who gets boosted with this? Really, roughly, you can tell if you know the Android Stats Cell Saga well, you know the characters. This unit, of course, they are the leader, literally. AGL LR Gohan, another team he is able to be 200% on. The 70th anniversary, the Tech LR Gods. When they release, Gohan will be 200% on that team as well. You have Physical LR Super Saiyan Trunks. You have the AGL LR Future Gohan and Trunks. Unfortunately, they are not part of the 200% boost, so that's a shame. Piccolo will not be able to be applied to this because he is, of course, a Namekian. Unfortunate. You have AGL LR Prime Battle Trunks. He will benefit from this leader skill. Physical Future Gohan will benefit from this leader skill. So will the Int 1 as well. Anybody that is a Super Saiyan 1 or Super Vegeta or Trunks, and if they are also otherwise a member of Goku's family, and they're not a Joint Forces character, meaning they lose out on categories, they will be part of this team. So some interesting options. AGL, Future Trunks transforming as well, just to mention. And yeah, with that, let's really talk about what Goku does. So obviously, Super Attack, he is a stacker with his attack. So in long events, he will be getting very high attack stats. So that'll be very impressive. He does raise his defense for 1 turn, so that's nice. He gets a defensive buff with his super. And then he stuns with a 50% chance at that to stun enemies. So that'll be good. His passive, you're talking about getting up to 239% attack and defense once he does a super, and then it goes even higher up to, you know, over 300% attack and defense when he's dodging as the fight continues. So once he dodges 3 times, he'll have this fully done, and then of course you have this part of the passive where you always want to make sure he does his super attack in the turn and you don't miss out on it. Then the main function of this Goku is to be a dodger and a stunner. So he will be impressive in Super Battle Road, regular and extreme, for Kamehameha, for, you know, Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, Super Saiyans. This will be a very solid unit in this. He is definitely a turn 3 character because he does not dodge until after. He does not have a chance at dodging at all until after he does his super attack. So you're probably going to want him as a floater. Have 2 of him running a team, leading the team. Him and the friend unit, of course. Then they're going to be turn 3 characters floating in the battle, performing their super attack, and then having the ability to dodge before, you know, afterwards. So for the first 5 turns, he'll have a 50% chance at dodging once he does his super. And then once turn 6 arrives, he'll have it'll be reduced to a 30% chance at dodging once he does his super. So this Goku, very good for Super Battle Road content, Extreme Super Battle Road content. In difficult events, when we're talking, for example, Legendary Goku event, he'll be fine. Maybe he runs the risk of getting hit really hard when you're talking the final phases of it. UI Goku, Ultra Super Saiyan Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Definitely for sure the Legendary Vegeta event. You probably don't want this Goku to be in the fight at all, period. Even if he's floating, because he will not be able to dodge in all 3 of those final phases, including the JP exclusive right now, Ultimate Red Zone, the hardest event in the game right now at the moment. You're probably not going to want him in the fights where he cannot dodge to end the fight. If he's able to dodge, that's good. So this Goku will be strong when he's able to dodge and stun. And then as long as he's able to dodge in difficult events, you should be able to get by. Especially because of the fact that he's raising his attack for a long time in difficult content. So he'll have very high attack stats. So that'll be very nice. Now, his exchange condition, it's fine. It's fine. It's, you know, after performing 3 or more super attacks in battle, you can exchange into Gohan. Goku gives up and brings Gohan into the fight. So, you're talking about turn 5, the earliest that you'll see the active skill, because turn 1, he could get your super attack. You're probably going to want to max him out with your additionals in the hidden potential system so that you can get the chance, you know, hopefully he stuns. If not the first time, the second time it works. Second time is a charm. So you're going to probably want him as a additional guy. And then he gets 2 supers turn 1. Turn 3, he comes back, gets a super. And then turn 5, you're able to exchange, pop off the active skill, and get Gohan in here. And when Gohan gets in here, the fight changes for sure. Now, as Goku, this unit probably is solid in its own right. Maybe it doesn't take the cake for best CUR in the game, but they are very good. It's a very solid unit, you know. Has its uses in Super Battle because those stages will continue on coming. They'll just keep coming as long as you have so many categories being added into the game. When Gohan enters a fight, it is different. So, on a Super Gohan, his son, Goku's son, raises his attack and defense greatly for 1 turn. And now, what Goku does, of course, like we talked about, he is a stunner and dodger. Gohan is a guarder. Gohan gets attack and defense 180 just like his father. Gets an additional attack plus 58% in the same turn after he gets hit. He has the Kid Goku passive part where he has, the more HP he has, the better defensive boost he gets. He raises his defense by up to 100%. And then Gohan gets very interesting from here. For the first 3 turns of his appearance, once you pop the active skill in exchange, Gohan guards all attacks. So taking from the Tech Ultimate Gohan book, of course. Then it gets very interesting from here. So once Gohan has activated his guard twice in battle, he will get a 58% defensive boost. That's interesting. So either whether it be he is guarding a different type, or if he's type disadvantage and guards, type advantage and guards, or neutral and he's guarding, he will get that defensive boost. So that is going to be very interesting. That's a permanent boost. And then plus an additional attack and defense plus 58% starting from the turn in which guard is activated for the 4th time in battle. So this could be popped off very quickly. This could be done in literally 1 turn if you're in an event where you have an enemy attacking multiple times. For example, the God Destruction event, you have enemies that attack so many times. Literally, the slot 1 characters could get attacked like 6 times. You have that. You're talking Super Battle Road when you have multiple enemies attacking you in slot 1 or slot 2 or slot 3. And then, yeah, the Ultimate Red Zone, of course, as well, which is still on JP, but the hardest event in the game currently. And then lastly, he guards all attacks permanently starting from the turn in which guard is activated for the 6th time in battle. So definitely, you probably want to take advantage. Yes, you have the guard all attacks for 3 turns from the start of turn, but you probably want to make sure that Gohan is going to be getting attacked a lot if you're in like Super Battle Road or somewhere. like that. You want to maximize the amount of hits Gohan is going to be taking within the 3 turns that he will be available for guarding. So literally he'll only be able to guard for 2 turns, since it is a 3-turn condition right here. Guards all attacks for 3 turns from the start of turn. So turn 1, once you exchange, he'll guard. Turn 2, he won't be on rotation. And then turn 3, he'll come back, and that's the last time you get this free guards all attacks. And then the next time you will be able to get it is once you have gotten Gohan attacked with his guard activated for 6 times. So make sure you're going to be getting hit by a physical character if you don't have the guard activated anymore for every typing in the game. Or just make sure Gohan gets hit 6 times before, you know, this part wears off in his passive. Whether it be by AGL enemy, tech, int, SCR, make sure Gohan gets hit 6 times while this is still active by any typing in the game. Then next up, Gohan is this lovely part. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan had to be involved in some capacity. So this here, 70% chance of evading the enemy's Ki Blast super attack and countering with ferocious power. Initially it said nullify, actually. Funny enough. They I don't know if this wording is supposed to be, yeah, I don't know, Initially when I was taking a look at this, it said nullify, so I thought it looked like Gohan was a nullifying, you know, character, but it looks like Gohan evades instead. This would have been interesting when you're talking about Ultimate Red Zone's last stage on the movie bosses side, where you're facing Dragon Ball Super Broly. His final phase, which is probably one of the hardest phases in the game right now currently, he disables dodging, and the best unit on JP right now, which is the physical LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, is able to dodge, of course, and counter. He is able to dodge super attacks and then counter. So it looks like Gohan, at first we thought he was going to be nullifying, which means he would have been able to dodge, well, nullify Broly's super attacks and then counter. It looks like instead they just decided to make him evade and counter. So that's unfortunate. But, and still, in events where Gohan's still able to dodge, this will be very good. Dodges enemies' Ki Blast super attacks, and then he will counter. A lot of the Super Battle Road stages in the game have a lot of Ki-based Ki Blast super attacks, so he will be able to dodge a lot of those with a 70% chance. So this Gohan is very impressive. There is his categories. Another very good addition to Heavenly Events. Good addition to Turtle School because Goku's in the category. Bond of Friendship because Goku's in the category. I think there's some Teen Gohans in there. Accelerated Battle and Trusted Will, AGL Trunks' category. This unit will be very nice in. Some very good links. Prepared for Battle, that's always nice to have, of course. All in the Family, that's going to be good for Goku family teams, of course. And then Kamehameha, this unit will shine once the 200% 70th anniversary units arrive. So this unit will shine underneath the Tech LR Gods team very well, in my opinion. Actually, on second thought, no they won't, because see, since Gohan doesn't become Super Saiyan 2 in any capacity except for the dodging, the counter animation, he will not be a part of Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Okay, well, at least they have their own team to be 200% underneath, right? And now let's talk about Cell here. Cell, I think he could be potentially one of the best villain units in the game, for sure. So Cell and these 2 units are very different, which is I always like in dual Dokkan festivals. Of course, when units are the best in the game, like for example the 70th anniversary ones, they are so similar that we always call them 1A or 1B. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta still probably has the edge just because he is able to counter and dodge and counter super attacks. So, you know, that is a factor, of course. But Cell leads Android SAS Cell Saga, power absorption 170 across the board, of course, and then he gives a 30% stat boost to Android category characters. Probably one of the best looking leader skills we have, because this is going to boost all Cell, almost every Cell card in the game, because aside from GT Cell and Angel Cell, every Cell card in the game is part of the Android SAS Cell Saga category. And then power absorption, you're talking Super 17, you're talking Android 21, Those two characters are part of Android's Android's category, of course, and then power absorption. So this is going to be a very, very nice unit. So there's not really much to talk about when you talk about first form Cell and second form Cell. These two forms are definitely best for Super Battle when you're talking about facing 2 or 3 or more enemies, because they get extra attack and defense buffs, of course. Then they also get as well chances to perform critical hits and evade. So very nice. These two forms, the first two forms for him, are going to be very nice. Apparently they raise their attack infinitely, stack it infinitely, and raise their defense for 1 turn, but it really doesn't matter, because once turn 3 arrives, second form Cell will be on the battlefield, and then literally once turn once turn 5 arrives, then you're up to perfect form Cell. So this is where we really need to talk about, because this is where he is going to be, you're going to be having this Cell in the fight for the longest compared to the first 2 forms. So Cell raises his attack and defense simply for 1 turn. I'm pretty sure that's 30%, right? Yeah, 30%. Then, very interesting passive. You're talking about up to 350% attack and defense. It's calculated separately, but still up to upwards of 350% attack and defense, especially when he's fighting only 1 enemy. Then you're also talking 35% chance of dodging and performing a critical hit. So you probably want to max out additionals on this guy, just like the Goku that I was just talking about earlier. And then as long as his HP is 50% more, as long as your HP is 50% or more, 50% chance of launching an additional super attack. Really good. I think this Cell is going to be hitting like a truck. It feels similar to AGL Final Form, well, Full Power Frieza. AGL Full Power Frieza. And being probably the better unit compared to the Super Saiyan Goku when the Worldwide Celebration happened. Except, I think Gohan bridges the gap between these two units. And I think Gohan may be better in the long run because of the fact that he will be able to guard in very difficult events. For example, the Ultimate Red Zone. Once again, we have to get ready for it, Global. And then lastly, Cell is able to rage. He has the rage mechanic. It's part of his active skill. Once your HP is 50% or less, and he's facing only 1 enemy, which is going to be happening in a lot of difficult events, he will be able to be enraged. This is the first buff Cell, interesting, that we have in Dokkan represented, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if Lenches is ever going to mimic this, especially because we have bigger characters in there, but we'll see. This Cell, probably the only main thing you want to focus on is the fact that he performs crits. So if you build this guy max additionals, once he enters his rage form, he won't be getting hit, he won't be taking damage, so that'll be very nice, bypassing damage. And then of course lastly, he'll get crits, and he could get up to 2 additional, multiple additionals in 1 turn, and you guys could be talking about getting those enemies out of there as fast as you can. So this Cell is very impressive in my opinion. He looks more impressive to me than Goku. As for Gohan, defensively Gohan is more impressive than Cell. Does Gohan have the potential to probably hit like Cell? Maybe, maybe not. Probably Goku does, just because of the fact that he raises his attack infinitely. Gohan does greatly raise his attack and defense, so if you're able to go through the fight with Goku without having to exchange it to Gohan, and then when you feel like you really need to get Gohan in here, Gohan's attack may be pretty high, but I think Cell offensively will be more impressive as a unit. Defensively, I think Gohan's got it because of his guarding capability, but nonetheless, these two units are very impressive. I think they're good, and the question before we end this video is, should you skip or summon? I think it's worth summoning the first 3 steps on both versions. Whether you're a JP player, JP you could summon. Tanabata is the only thing you guys are waiting for, and then the worldwide banners. But the worldwide banners, these 2 units should be returning on there, because last year for the Golden Week we got the Super Saiyan 4, the transforming GT Goku and Vegeta. They returned during the Planet Namek Worldwide Celebration. So I think JP, you guys can do whatever you want. Honestly, Global, you guys gotta be more restrictive with yourselves because the 7th anniversary is coming in pretty much 2 months. It is going to be May in the next couple of days here, so we are 2 months away from the 70th anniversary on global. And I think you guys need to be wise with your stones. If you buy dragon stones on, occasionally, frequently, if you are a player that is fine with paying for stones to summon, I don't really need to say much to you, honestly. If you are a little bit budgety, if you're someone that budgets, then you probably need to be careful. Probably just do the first 3 steps, 100 stones on both banners, so you're going to be spending 200, unless you want to summon for either only Goku or Cell, depending on who you like, who's more impressive, or because of character bias. And then lastly, for free-to-play players, this is the most important people that I'm talking to right now, I think it's not worth summoning. The 70th anniversary banners are so good. Those 2 units, the 2 headlining units, are the best units in the game by a mile. They are so much more impressive than the 6th anniversary units. That's not a knock, but that's just how good the 70th anniversary characters are. And with that said, I think that's pretty much everything we need to talk about this banner. Now, the value of this banner could change given what goes on during the celebration. If possibly, I'm going to be very honest, I'm going to throw this very loosely. Possibly if we get the easy A's for LR AGL Gohan and LR Int Cell, who is on Goku's banner. It's so weird, right? LR Int Cell getting an easy A as well. If these 2 characters get an easy A, we don't know what could happen in terms of their conditions with their active skill, how much more impressive they look. Gohan already stacks his defense. If he's able to raise his attack and defense infinitely, that changes him so much. And Cell, just probably, the best in LR Cell is the ones that are maxed out in their hidden potential, because Cell post transformation is able to take attacks and he hits well, not as hard as Gohan. Probably not as hard as Gohan once Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2, which is rare, right? But Cell is very versatile, I think, on teams that he's runnable on. And especially this new team that he will be 200% on. But with that said, that is it for you guys. That is it for today's video. If there is a summoning video from me, it will probably be from me doing it on stream, if anything. Honestly, I'm probably not going to want to touch this. I want to summon for Goku because this is my favorite fight from Dragon Ball, Goku versus Cell. But I don't think, just because this fight is finally represented in the game, especially Instant Transmission Kamehameha, I don't think I should summon. But we'll see what happens, right? And with that, thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment if you have summoned already, if you're going to summon, if you're just waiting. If you're nervous about summoning on this and maybe losing out on stones for the anniversary, talk to me. Subscribe if you're new. And with that, thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.